Hello guys, this is Dev and today I am going to teach you about distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration and equation of motion. In the previous video I discussed vectors and by now you must be familiar with vectors, okay? So I am moving on to these topics. First, let's take distance. Well, everybody knows distance is a scalar, okay? And scalar quantity has only magnitude, okay? It does not have a direction. Other scalars like distance are energy, time, work, power, okay? But on the other hand, displacement, this has a magnitude as well as a direction. Other vectors like displacement are velocity, acceleration, momentum and others. So what is the difference between distance and displacement? Well, let's take an example. For example, there is a straight line. There are 2 points A and B. The distance between them is x. Everybody knows, for example, if I assume x. So let's say, this is an arrow. A person goes from A to B. Okay. So the distance he traveled is x. But the displacement, this will also be x here. So here we can say, for example, if I assume this has x axis and this has I, so it will be xi. There is no unit vector over distance. This is because it does not have a direction. Okay, does not have a direction. But if the same person travels from A to B via a semicircle, for example, let's say its radius r, okay, so now what is the distance? Well, displacement again, if we take this as I, is 2ri. This is the displacement. But the distance here now is not 2ri, it is pi r. But it is not 2r now, it is pi r, okay? This is because distance is the actual measurement of the path, okay? While displacement is just the distance between initial and final point. So A is the initial point and B is the final point. Okay, distance is just the distance between, displacement is just the distance between A and B. Initial and final point are only counted when measuring displacement. Okay. So let's take velocity. We also know that velocity is a vector. One thing I forgot, you see, in that example, A and B, when a person travels straight, the modulus or the absolute value of displacement was the distance. Okay, so for example, if we take I have explained absolute value, so if this would be like this, so x modulus I, this would be equal to x, since modulus of a unit vector is 1. Okay, and this was distance. But in a semicircle, when it traveled from A to B, the displacement was to 2ri, but distance was pi r. So here there is no, there is no relation. This is distance and this is displacement. So here you cannot say, displacement modulus of displacement is distance. So it is only valid for a straight path. Okay. So we were talking about velocity. So velocity is a vector, we know. It has direction. Speed, on the other hand, is not a vector. It is a scalar quantity. So how do we know that? So for example, again, in a straight line, when a person travels from A to B, he is traveling along the unit vector I. So for example, speed is v, so velocity will be v of I, and hence we can again say that modulus of velocity is equal to speed. You see, v modulus I equal to v. But for example, if I take a circle here, if a particle is moving with constant speed, does not mean that he moves with the same velocity everywhere. For example, this is the center of the circle and this is the circumferential point P, Q, R and S. So for example, you have to calculate velocities at P, Q, R and S. This we assume to be unit vector I and this we assume to be unit vector J. So we can say velocity of P, we put a arrow sign above to depict that it is a vector. This would be v of j. For example, v is the speed. Okay, so speed at all points, speed in a uniform circular motion at all points is v. It will be constant at p, r, q, s, but velocity will not be constant. So for example, v of q will be equal to minus v of I. Again, v of r would be equal to minus v and j. Okay, and v of s, as we know, v of I. Okay, so everybody knows that velocity has a relation with displacement. V would be equal to dx over dt. Okay, so these are two vectors. And now we have acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of change in velocity. We all know that. So here, we can put the expression of v in velocity in terms of displacement in the acceleration part. So for example, a would be equal to d over dt, and we put the expression of v here, dx by dt. So we get this d square x by dt square. This is the double differential of displacement, and we have acceleration in terms of it. Okay, so we see these are again vectors. So we had acceleration. Now we can write down the equation of motion. For that, a has to be constant. This is the priority because these equation of motion are standard. Okay, standard given in the textbooks. So for that, a has to be constant, otherwise integration would vary. Okay, and now you see that a equal to dv over dt, and we take dt over there, so dv would be equal to a dt. We integrate the two quantities. Here we have u, here we have v, here we have 0, here we have t. We take the reference time as 0, just as we take the reference point, reference frame to be origin. So we have taken the reference time to be 0. So v minus u equal to a into t. So we have v equal to u plus at. Mind it, these are all vectors. Okay, for a straight line, this can be written as v equal to ut in a simple manner because it's a straight line. For example, if you have 2D 3D motion, you would have to separate out the components. For example, vxi plus vyj plus vzk would be equal to uxi plus uyj plus uzk, plus same for the acceleration axti plus aytj plus aztk. So we would have to equate all these. Vx would be equal to ux plus axt, vy would be equal to uy plus ayt, and vz would be equal to uz plus azt. We would have all the components if we had the respective values. So v equal to u plus at is the first equation of motion. Now v, as we know, is dx by dt, u plus at. Dx, we know, u plus at into dt. We integrate to 2. It's a very simple integration. I hope you must all know it. Okay, so we take the reference point as O and then x, and reference time as 0 and then t. So we have x equal to ut plus half at square. So this is the second equation of motion. Okay, also we have acceleration to be dv by dt, and we have velocity to be dx by dt. We just rearrange the terms. Okay, so we can write here dv by dx dot dx by dt. So we see dx can be cancelled anytime, so we are left with dv by dt, the original expression. And what was this? This was v, so we can write this as v dv by dx. Okay, so v dv would be equal to a dx. We now integrate the two terms. We again assume the initial velocity to be u, final to be v, 0 and x. We have v square minus u square equal to 2ax. Okay, so v square equal to u square plus 2ax. This is the third equation of motion. This one. Okay, so all the equations we have u plus at, x equal to ut plus half at square, and v square equal to u square plus 2ax. These are the cases for accelerating objects. For example, what happened if the object was decelerating? Well, it is very simple. Since these are vectors, so a would be replaced by minus a, because acceleration will go forward, and I have just taken this as a reference. We can take in j or k direction, whichever we want, and deceleration will be like this. Okay, and acceleration would be like this, and x would be equal to ut minus half at square. If we try to derive x from v, again integrating, this would be minus, and v square equal to u square minus 2ax. Obviously, when a person or object is decelerating, there must be some ground force acting on it, and this is called friction. It helps to decelerate an object. And for example, if an object goes from a to b, it stops at b and it goes with the initial velocity u at a. So and we have to find the time taken if the deceleration was a. So how do we do that? You see, we use the first equation of motion. V would be 0 as the object has stopped at b, so u by a would be equal to the time taken. This can be easily derived. Okay, so what will be the displacement when it arrives at b? Well, this is also easy. We substitute the time value of time in the second equation of motion. So we have u dot u by a minus half a dot u square by a square. So we have x equal to u square by a minus u square by 2a. So we have x equal to u square by 2a. This would be the displacement. So guys, I have covered these topics. Please subscribe and leave a comment. I have a list of topics in my mind. Even if you wish to recommend some topic to me, please do so, and I will make a video on that topic. Okay, and I will cover each and every video. If I have left something, please tell, and I'll make a video on that too. Okay, anything you want in physics, I'll tell you. This was just second video, and I am going to be uploading more videos, and I'll cover each and every topic in depth and thorough. Okay, thank you.